feel that learning is such an important aspect of humanity in our life. And so I love to teach. Teaching human resource management and organizational behavior type courses, I think, is particularly meaningful to me. It gives students the opportunity to reflect on themselves and see themselves in a new way, particularly in relation to how they interact with others in the workplace, both in terms of their leadership capacities, but also in other critical skill development areas that will empower them to be better employees in the future. And so teaching organizational behavior, teaching human resource management, teaching organizational development and change courses, and training and development courses, these really give students a skill set that they need to be successful. But I think more than a tangible skill set, it also gives them the opportunity to think in new ways that will develop them as a person. In particular, I think my organizational development and change class is the one that to this point, I've really just been most excited and passionate about. It's a course that requires students to go out and work with clients in the community on semester-long projects where they receive actual experience as consultants. My experience has been with this class that students are always usually pretty fearful going into the project, and over the course of the semester they have a substantial amount of self-discovery. They learn much about themselves, and they also learn about their capacity. And by the end of the semester, not only have they done a fantastic project for a real-life client that benefits from their project, but they also have grown and developed in so many ways, much more than they would get in a class that was focused primarily on a text or lecture-based. And so I try in my courses to really make them as engaged as possible, involve them with the community as much as possible, and get the students thinking in new ways so that they can have the best chance for success in the future. I learned my love for teaching long ago as a service volunteer overseas, and during that experience I realized I loved to interact with others and teach others and pass along some of the things that I've learned in life through those teaching environments. Initially, I thought I would want to teach in the high school setting, and it only took a little bit of exploration into that career field to realize that I wouldn't be able to satisfy the goals for my family through that, and so I decided to focus my teaching in a corporate setting. So much of my background in education and work experience revolved around training and development within an organization and teaching in that context. However, along that process, I decided that I really wanted to make my entire career based on teaching, at which point I decided to go on for a PhD so I could teach at the university level. And ever since that point, my sole focus has really been on learning how to teach effectively in an engaging way to help students succeed. And that's truly my passion. I love to do research. I love to be involved in the community in other ways, but primarily I love to teach. And if I can help even a single student in a class to have those aha moments that will prepare them for the future, then I feel fulfilled. I feel like I've made a difference in the world. And hopefully I'm able to do that on a fairly regular basis. I suppose there's so much in my life that impacts who I am and drives me on a daily basis. I think my family is probably the number one thing that drives me and motivates me. My kids are the joy of my life, and they provide me with ample opportunities to learn and grow and rediscover myself. And much of what I do revolves around that context. So within that context, I look at things that I engage with, whether it be literature, whether it be music, and I always come back to, how will this help me to be a better father? How will this help me to be a better teacher? How will this help me to be a better citizen? I love literature. I love reading historical novels. I love reading biographies and autobiographies of great leaders. I love reading science fiction, particularly those that kind of stretch my imagination, require me to get outside of my current worldview and look at things in a new way. I love reading those types of works. And I love all types of music. I come from a background of music in my growing up years, and today that means, while I'm at work, I listen to music while I work. I engage with music and perform at church. I'm part of a community choir and love to sing all styles of music.
What does that give you?
It provides a really important emotional outlet, I think, for me, to connect with other people and engage with material in a way that can't be done in any other way. I wish I had the skill set to be able to play instruments. I don't, but I do sing, and I love to sing, and that really, again, it provides me with an emotional outlet. And an opportunity to connect with humanity in a way that I wouldn't be able to otherwise. First, to answer that question, I think it is important to note that my background is a little bit different than most of the professors here in the business school. I actually don't have a business degree. My undergraduate degree was in sociology. My master's degree was in public administration, and my PhD was in sociology. So I come at it from quite a different direction than I think many others do. And there are many, many people that have impacted me and contributed to the way that I see things and the way I try to go about my professional life. I can think of individuals in my own educational experience that were highly influential. People at Brigham Young University, such as Stanley Knapp in the sociology department, Warner Woodworth in the business school, David Charrington in the business school, Jeff Thompson in the public administration program, all very influential in terms of helping me refine my thinking, shape the way I view the discipline, the way I view social interaction, and the way I try to deal with things in a professional manner. In the broader scope, looking at things as an academic, there are certainly others who have influenced me in terms of research. There are others who have influenced me in terms of professional, outside of academia, professional endeavors, such as consulting experiences and things of that nature. But I would say, first and foremost, the foundation of that comes through those that I experienced in my years of education, and those that have mentored me. There are many, many, both on UVU campus and in our local community, as well as nationally and internationally, people that I've been involved with that have been great mentors and helped to guide me along the path to success, and I'm very grateful to those individuals.